In her announcement today, Representative Eshoo said she will not seek re-election in 2024.
ABC 7 News South Bay reporter Zach Fuentes sat down with the Congresswoman in one of her only in-person interviews given since that announcement. Zach?
Yeah, that's right. But she's fast to point out this was not an exit interview. Congresswoman Eshoo says she has a lot of work left in the year that she still has in office. She has a lot of things she wants to accomplish before she closes this decades-long chapter that she's looking back at today with gratitude and pride. A lot has changed since Congresswoman Anna Eshoo was first sworn in January of 1993.
The internet was nascent. It was a baby that was just being born.
She was part of legislation to advance the internet, and in her decades-long tenure, 66 of her bills have passed, signed by 5 presidents. Something recognized by Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi just hours after Eshoo announced her retirement.
Any subject you can name: healthcare, education, energy, technology, climate, whatever the subject, she has been on the forefront.
Now, after years of work representing her district, which has included large parts of the peninsula and South Bay, Eshoo says she feels at peace with retirement plans.
I have commuted across the country every single week for 31 years.
Her retirement comes at a time when Congress has seen turmoil, including the recent House Speaker race, and struggles to avoid a government shutdown. But Eshoo said that's not what influenced her retirement.
I'm not fleeing the Congress. That's not what my decision is about at all. I think that it's time for me.
Eshoo joins a growing list of sitting Congress members retiring, marking a shift in many congressional districts across the country.
So I'll be looking at the ways in which candidates try and establish themselves as being new, different, young, hip outsiders, which I imagine a lot of these campaigns are going to claim.
As for Eshoo's district, many are rumored to be eyeing her seat, but Eshoo's not putting her name behind anyone yet. In the next year, she says her focus is on getting bills signed into law, including legislation on artificial intelligence. After that, she said she looks forward to more flexibility.
My life is filled with have-tos. I have to do this, I have to do that. I have to set up appointments so I can make sure I can have dinner sometimes with my family. So I think that, I think stepping out of Congress, that it's only a dream to me now, but I look forward to not having as many have-tos.
So some of the people rumored to be eyeing her seat include former San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo, Santa Clara County Supervisor Joe Simitian, and then State Senator Josh Becker and Assemblymember Evan Lowe. Now, again, Eshoo said she's not putting her name behind anyone yet, but she says she's confident her constituents will make their voices loud and clear and that her district will be well represented after she leaves.
So, Zach, Eshoo announced this news to the public this morning. Is there any insight or indication about whom she may have spoken with ahead of her announcement, maybe to get some advice?
Yeah, I got to talk to her a little bit about that. She definitely let Nancy Pelosi know. In the interview we had with her earlier, Pelosi said that she kind of joked, saying that Eshoo told her, didn't ask her that she would be leaving. But Eshoo also told me this morning, too, that she reached out to some key stakeholders in her district that's in tech at Stanford. But she really also wanted advocates to hear the news directly from her. She says it's a lot of advocates in the area that she heard from that brought attention to her, to certain issues to her attention, and that have been able to lead her to the legislation, a lot of the legislation that she's been able to bring forward. So she's grateful to the advocates and, of course, her constituents.
Well, decades of service for sure. Zach, thank you. Anna Eshoo served on the San Mateo County Board of Supervisors from 1982 to 92. On November 3rd of 1992, she was first elected to District 14, the congressional seat representing parts of San Mateo, Santa Clara, and Santa Cruz counties. The 2010 census shifted Eshoo into District 18, and after redistricting again in 2022, Eshoo's district shrunk in size, no longer representing Santa Cruz County. She's currently serving on the Committee on Energy and Commerce.